What is good, guys? Welcome back. Another video where today we're gonna be going over the Premier League Game Week 37 matches. We are like a week away from the end of the Premier League. The title race depends on the opponents of Arsenal and Manchester City. So speaking of Man City, let's start with their game first, Fulham versus Manchester City. Realistically, Manchester City should win it. I hope Fulham could do something here for Arsenal. So let's get started with Fulham. This club has been alright this season in terms of form, has been not that good. Managed to get a draw versus Brentford with no goals. I need them to get something out of this, like please Fulham, please. It probably won't happen, but anything could happen in football. And Mooney's has slowed down scoring wise, so bit of a not good thing for Fulham. On to City, this team has been very good. Their form is genuinely scary. I swear they have not lost a game in 2024 in the Premier League, so it's pretty scary. Haaland scored 4 goals in their last game and they thrashed the Wolves 5-1 in that last game. That is some crazy stuff, and I predict Man City to win this game 3-1. Now we have Everton versus Sheffield United. This game does not mean too much, to be fair, so let's get started with Everton. They have been decent this season. If we are talking form-wise, then they've been pretty good, even though they drew to Luton Town last game. Pickford lost the Golden Glove to David Raya. It is impressive how they've managed to turn their form around, so they're basically safe from relegation as well. On to Sheffield United. This team is awful this season. They are basically confirmed relegated, which is unfortunate for the fans. And their form is probably the worst in the league. In their last game, they actually lost 3-1 to Nottingham Forest. And they have conceded exactly 100 goals. That is crazy. I've not seen that in the Premier League for a long time. And my prediction is going to be a 2-0 win for Everton. Now we have West Ham versus Luton Town. This is going to be a great one. So let's get started with West Ham. This season they have been pretty decent. Their form recently has been not that good. Last game they actually got slapped 5-0 by Chelsea. That is something. After that game, West Ham said that Moyes is leaving at the end of the season, so I wonder who will replace him. The only player actually that was doing something was Kudus. I rate this man a lot. He is such a talented player, very, very good player. Onto Luton Town. This team I have rated all season, to be fair. It just seems like they have lost some confidence. Their form has not been good at all, and that needs to change in this game if they want to stay up in the Premier League. And the fans need to back their team here fully, and they need to bring some energy for the players. And my prediction is going to be a 2-1 win for Luton Town. Now Bournemouth versus Brentford. This could be a fairly decent game, so let's get started with Bournemouth. This team has been pretty good this season. Their form has not been the best, to be fair. One of the reasons why they are where they are is solely because of Solanke. He has become a very good goal scorer. Last game they actually lost to Arsenal 3-0, and there's no shame in that. Arsenal are a very, very good team. Onto Brentford. This team has not been too good as well. Form for them has been on and off. They are a worse team than last season in my opinion, but a positive for them is that they are safe from the relegation. And Tony has gone goalless in his past few games, which is interesting. We haven't seen that before his ban, so crazy. My prediction will be a 2-1 win for Bournemouth. Now we have Wolves versus Crystal Palace. This game could end up being a tight one, so let's get started with Wolves. They have been a decent team all season, just their form recently has dipped a bit. Main reason why is that they have played some pretty good sides, and then in their last game they actually lost 5-1 to Manchester City. I think they can bounce back from that probably, but let's move on to Crystal Palace. This team is very good. They have surprised me this season. Their form is very good as well. They have not lost a single game in their past 5 matches, and they beat Man United 4-0, which is crazy. We did not expect that at all. Obviously, Elise and Eze are just toying around with the players. Those two players are just extremely talented, so good, and they were just enjoying themselves for sure. And my prediction is going to be a 3-1 win for Crystal Palace. Now we move on to Tottenham versus Burnley. Surely there is no way Spurs lose this game, so let's get started with Tottenham. This team is doing not too good. Their form is pretty bad if we're being honest. Like, they have not won a match in 4 games. That's a bit rough. Last game they actually got cooked 4-2 by Liverpool, and Champions League football is out of reach for them now, which is not good for them. On to Burnley. This team has not been the best this season. Recent form has been okay, but still not good enough. They still are in the relegation zone. It's gonna be a tough game, but it is a must win for them. They really can't afford to lose anymore, because that is, if they want to stay in the Premier League, they need to win the rest of their games, and Company needs to have this team absolutely cooking. And I think they will come out with a lot of energy, and I think they will win this game 2-1. Now we have Newcastle versus Brighton. It's going to be a very good matchup, so let's get started with Newcastle. They've been worse than last season, as we all know. Form-wise, they have picked up in the past 2 games. They have picked it up. Have a solid chance of getting Europa League as well. And their last game, they got cooked. And in their last game, they cooked Burnley 4-1. Isak with another goal. He just continues to score. He's in the list very close to being the top goal scorer. I believe he's like the 3rd top goal scorer in the Premier League. On to Brighton. This team seems to be struggling this season. Like, form-wise, they have not been the best at all. Positive is they beat Aston Villa last game 1-0, and good result, but that does not mean that much. And João Pedro was the scorer, and he has been very good for them this season. I believe he has like 20 goal contributions in all competitions. And De Zerbi also said that he will be staying at the club. And my prediction will be a 1-1 draw between the two. And we have Nottingham Forest versus Chelsea. This is a very important game for both of these clubs. One could stay up and one could get into Europe. So let's get started with Forest. They have been not the best team this season. Their form has been a bit like off as well, but they did get a 3-1 win versus Sheffield United last game, and they will need to play to their best game. They have to play their best game versus Chelsea. Hudson-Odoi had himself a solid game. He got a brace, and he'll be playing his former club Chelsea in this matchup. Onto Chelsea. They have not had the best season. I gotta say their form recently has been pretty good. They have played some decent sides and got points from it. And it seems like they are getting better in terms of just overall play. And last game they actually slapped West Ham 5-0, which was unexpected. And Jackson got a brace, and of course, who else to score but Palmer with another goal. And my prediction is gonna be a 3-1 win for Chelsea. Now we have Manchester United versus Arsenal. Now this game is huge for both clubs, so let's get started with Manchester United. This team has been not the best this season. Their form has not been good as well. Last game they actually lost 4-0 against Crystal Palace. They got outplayed in that game. After that game, they sit in 8th place in the table right now. They have a chance at getting European football, so this game is a must win for them. I mean, I don't know if they will win this game because Arsenal have been in some very good form, This team has been amazing this year. As I said, their form has been great throughout the whole year mainly. And last game, they got a solid 3-0 win versus Bournemouth. I gotta say, Havertz is doing pretty good in that 9 position. He has been one of our best players, and he has really found his confidence, and he is scoring goals almost every single game. And this game is very important for Arsenal. They can't afford to lose the last 2 games of the season if they want to have a chance at the title. And my prediction is going to be a 4-1 win for Arsenal. And the last and final game we have is Aston Villa versus Liverpool. Now this game is going to be a good one. This match kind of brings up the memories of the 7-2 result when Villa beat Liverpool. That was a crazy game, unexpected. We did not expect that to happen. But let's get started with Aston Villa. This team has been pretty good this year, currently are pushing for a Champions League spot. Their form recently for them has not been too good. They actually lost to Brighton 1-0 in their last game. Like, you do not expect Aston Villa to lose to like a out of form Brighton team, but as I said before, anything can happen in football and any team could turn up. I gotta say, Watkins has been absolutely phenomenal for them, one of the top goal scorers in the Premier League, and they do play some good football when they are in some good form. On to Liverpool. They are out of the title race now, as we all know. Before the last game, they had a few rough games, but a 4-2 win versus Tottenham was a positive for them in their last game, and the game against West Ham is what ended their title hopes, and they drew that game 2-2. A lot of Liverpool fans have been saying that they want Darwin Núñez out, probably due to him not being too clinical in front of goal. That's one of the main reasons, because if he or other players, if they all scored their chances, or most of their chances, they might have had or might have been still in the title race. And this match does not mean much for Liverpool, so they might play like a weaker team, I feel like, and this will be Klopp's second last game as Liverpool coach or manager. It's crazy, isn't it? And my prediction will be a 2-1 win for Liverpool. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy the video. Don't forget to drop a like, comment down below all your predictions, and I will check them out. And don't forget to subscribe as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.